Rise and Shine Rwanda. It's Tuesday, the 19th of January.
Good morning. It's just after 7 o'clock in the morning and you're watching Rise and Shine Rwanda with me, Ivan Magwene.
And me, Yvette Shumbusho.
Over the next hour, we'll bring you all the latest news, sports and business headlines from here in Rwanda and around the world. And as usual, we start with Yvette. So Yvette, what do you have for us today in business?
Well, in regional news, we have a bit of let's say, talent war going on between Safaricom, which is in Kenya, and Airtel Kenya. Okay. So I'll tell you more about that later.
All right. Sherry, what's in the world of lifestyle and entertainment?
Today we're going to talk about healthy eating and how people should be more aware and they should consider what they decide to consume.
Eating?
Yes.
Okay, so we hear that.
Don't make me hungry.
Moses, of course, Chan is on the way.
Yeah.
And everything has been heating up. So what are the updates?
Yeah, on Group B, DRC Congo has trashed thoroughly Ethiopia with 3-0. And I will tell you more in details about also the other two teams who played in details.
All right then. Okay, well, all that and more still to come. But first, of course, is the Rise and Shine story of the day. Welcome back to Rise and Shine Story of the Day. My name's Ivan Magwene. And of course, as you already know, primary leaving exams and ordinary level exams results were passed out last week. Well, today we're not going to talk about the general performance, but rather something more important to the students and of course the parents. With about 2 weeks left to begin the first term, some parents and students having changing school is top on their priorities. Unlike the old times where one relied on the performance tables that ranked schools in the entire country, the task now is more cumbersome within a pool of good private and government schools to choose from. Therefore, it is advisable that before handpicking on a new school, all the nitty-gritty should be examined. So, of course, today we're going to talk about some of the tips you should follow when you're choosing the next schools you're going to be going to in the next few years.
Okay, so before we even get to what some of the pointers on choosing a really good school once you're done is, first let's talk about the curriculum that has been changed. Not everybody is actually aware that in public schools the curriculum has changed to a more student-oriented curriculum.
We call it a more student-oriented curriculum because the whole new name of the new curriculum is the competence-based curriculum, which will focus more on the student. At least the student will be giving out the biggest percentage of the knowledge and do more research when during class activities and be engaged in more extracurricular activities. So this makes it a very competitive kind of curriculum that we're going to be seeing in schools starting with the school calendar this year.
Okay, perfect. So what are some of, let's say, for example, for those who have finished S3 and maybe they want to change schools, what are some of the tips that you can give them as students and also what parents should look out for?
Oh, of course. I will. Of course, I mean, this is a stage that we've all gone through.
Yes.
Because during our education time. But things have changed, of course, over time because things were not as we're still in school, things were kind of different because a lot has changed within, for example, the education system of Rwanda. We've seen a lot of new changes. So my advice, for example, for someone done with their ordinary level, some things we should be very careful about is with the first key things I normally see when students are going for their senior 4 or to other new schools after their ordinary level is changing schools within the first term. This should be done early since it is the shortest time of the three terms, the first term. So if you are planning to change schools, then you're supposed to do it in the first term. Don't do it beyond that because the first term is very short because it runs at least from February and to early April. So this is the shortest time for you to do that, and in case you want to do it, this is the right time. So for a student that is going to do their combination, Now, this is very important. This is a journey that you're going to undertake that might even change the course of your life. So, what does that mean? That before choosing the kind of combination you want to do, either sciences or humanities or any other course, you need to have career guidance on whatever you're going to do. So you need to have someone to guide you. Take a look at your performance in your ordinary level. Take a look at what you love doing. Some people we've seen in our old cultures where parents have to choose for you. You know, you have to do this. I want you to do this.
Exactly.
Times have changed. Times have changed, and you need to do the kind of education where you feel like you're talented in. So this is very important for the parents out there, exactly, because the kind of decision you're going to give your kid will affect that kid. And if you want your child to go on in a better way, then this is very important. Let him or her be involved in choosing what they want to do at advanced level. So career guidance is a priority. And now, this is maybe not only advice to the people going for their advanced level, but also for people, my brothers and sisters, joining secondary school.
Yes.
Now, of course, if you remind yourself when you first joined secondary school, I don't know when was that.
Oh, it was a very long time ago.
Where was the whole experience? What did you look out for?
Well, it was more general because we did international programs, such Cambridge. So they just gave you courses and they were like, go do them, all of them. So we did all 3 sciences. We did literature, we did maths, we did history, geography. So we did everything. When you're in senior 1, 2, until 3, it's only until 3 that you now pick only one science.
Exactly.
And you continue that way.
Well, that was the experience with
Yes.
you. And I'm pretty sure even the experience as a person, emotionally, you were expecting a lot. I mean,
Yes.
you feel like you've grown. This is the stage that you feel like, I just moved on with my life. You start feeling kind of, that
independent.
growth.
Yeah.
So this is very important because in a place where you're going to grow for the next 3 years at least, it's very important that you choose wisely. And even to parents, I think. This is a very crucial stage for every parent. Because at this stage, I think this is the growth stage that we need to be very careful about, because this is when your teenage years are really put to test.
Yes.
So it's very important for parents to look at and the students that we look at schools also with a very clean record with discipline. Discipline is very key, essential for especially people that are trying to grow through their ordinary level, because this kind of shapes you into who you want to be in the advanced level. Because if you start falling out within the ordinary level, it kind of becomes hard for people to bring you back when you're in the advanced level. So parents should be looking at discipline as a priority. And the other thing also, we should also be looking at facilities. Very important.
Yes, definitely.
Because again, you don't want, for example, for some students are going to be in boarding school, right? So this is your first year in secondary school and you're in a school which has very poor facilities. It can be very emotionally torturing.
Frustrating also, because if you want to have, you want to do a chemistry project or a biology project, and you can't be able to do so because you don't have the tools.
Yes, exactly. So it's very important that parents, I know it kind of takes money. These days education is expensive, but it's worth it. It's worth it. You have to go to a school if you want to do all these sciences and everything. You need to go to a school with well-equipped laboratories. You need to go to a school with even eating habits, because you don't want to go to a school after that you come back home and people can't see you anymore. They don't recognize yourself because you're so thin, or
so nutrition is also very important.
It's very important. I know people don't kind of consider this because we're old school. Some people think education should be a hassle. No. Education is supposed to be a transformation in which a person is transformed in any way or the other in life. So education is just not about chemistry, biology, but even the way you're transformed as a human being. So I think also now, of course, the most crucial part now is the education, as we said. Yes. Teachers are very important when you're choosing your next destination. So it's very important you also go to a school that has a well record, that the teachers are very competent, the teachers are so productive. So for me, I think this is the most crucial part of where you're going to choose your school from, because you don't need to go to a school where you're supposed to be doing the English system, the Anglophone, and you find that 90% of the talk in class, the teacher is talking about French. So he's talking in French. So
so the student's welfare should be the teacher's priority.
Yes, very much. And remember, teachers are here to give a service that will change citizens of of this nation. So it's very important that parents consider that too. So
also, when I was still in school, my teacher always said that he or she would always give 30% and 70% would be the student. So if you have teachers that teach like that they give a lot of the work to the students, and the students are able to develop critical thinking and analyze certain situations, then I think they will learn much more than the teacher just simply giving them just teaching, giving a test, compared to, you know, actually engaging the students.
Absolutely, man. Critical thinking is very important, and I think that's what's something we have to build.
All right, thank you.
All right then. Well, there you have it from us, and we believe we just contributed to somebody's future. So choose wisely as parents and students, because remember, this is your future and you own it. You're watching Rise and Shine Rwanda. Stay with us. Yvette Shumbusho is coming up next with Business Stories.
The things that make you look outside the window and sigh. The ones that make your dreamy eyes look up to the sky and smile. Forget the miles between and smile at the sky. Like it held something precious that belonged to you. Like this little secret that makes you hold everything with love. Let your passion guide you. You can be sure you will touch the sky.
Business Stories making headlines today. The National Agricultural Export Board is stepping up efforts to link farmers and buyers in different markets abroad as one of the ways to ensure that they earn more from their produce. The National Agriculture Export Board said the move will also boost farmers' morale and motivate them to increase production as well as promote quality along the value chain. Ambassador George William Kayonga, the National Agriculture Export Board Chief Executive Officer, said more support will be given to farmers under the initiative to help them add value to their produce so that they benefit more from their efforts. And in regional news, collapsed Dubai Bank has given up its Nairobi headquarters office, allowing owners of the ICEA building where it was housed to let out the space. The lender, which was in August last year placed under receivership by the Central Bank of Kenya, has since 1988 operated its main office on the ground floor of the ICEA building along Kenyatta Avenue. Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, the owner of the 30-story building, have now rented the office to the Korean-based electronics dealer. The closed Dubai Bank head office branch furniture has been removed, and the new owner, who took over the space last month, has begun renovations. Senior Safaricom and Airtel managers have switched the rival camps in the past 6 months, indicating a heated talent war between the two telecoms. Safaricom, which is Kenya's biggest telecommunication firm, has poached 4 managers from Airtel and lost an equal number to its closest rival. The high-stakes corporate shuffle has seen Priscilla Muthoni, who's the digital manager, Marion Wanyoki, the segment-led youth, and Wallace Chege, the business performance analyst, crossed over to Safaricom from Airtel in the past 2 months. The 3 have joined Charles Wanjohi, formerly the market director at the Airtel, who joined Safaricom in July as the head of department consumer segments. And joining me in studio today is Ansh Kamikazi, our Killer.net correspondent. Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
You look very nice.
Really?
Yes,
You too.
I like the black and white.
Really?
And the pearls.
I like the red and black.
Thank you.
Could maybe change.
You know?
Okay, yes.
For next week.
Okay.
So, Today, I know we're continuing with our 6 core values.
Yes.
And for all those that were not able to catch up with the previous episodes, we talked about taking initiative,
Yeah.
becoming a problem solver, being self-aware, collaborative,
Yes.
and then professional, and then being respectful.
yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about being collaborative, so
Exactly.
teamwork.
Yes.
So maybe you can tell us just a little bit about what that means.
Yeah, in the workplace, collaboration, it means it's when individuals work together on a common goal.
Yes.
Yes. So
Okay, perfect.
yeah.
Simple and straight to the point.
Exactly.
All right, for
yeah.
those employers, those who are looking for people that are collaborative, what are
yes.
some of the key points that they should look out for?
Oh yeah, like I can just give you, for instance, like 2. During an interview, they may ask the experience of the candidates when working in a team.
Yes.
Yeah, or then about coping with difficult colleagues. So those 2 questions can really show to the employers if the candidate is collaborative.
Exactly.
Yes.
So teamwork.
Yes.
So they're looking at how somebody is able to work with others.
Others, yes.
And then also looking at how people are able to deal with very difficult people, because I
Yes.
mean it's a world
It's
we live in.
everywhere.
Everywhere there's always going to be
Exactly.
that
Yeah,
difficult
yes,
person.
yeah.
So for the job seekers, what should they have or possess in order to be collaborative?
Oh yeah, for them they have to demonstrate that they are really collaborative. So for that they have first to listen to others. They have to listen, and also they have to stay positive.
Okay.
You know, in the workplace you meet so many challenges. So no matter what, show that you are really you have to show that you stay positive in any case. And also the last one, which is really required, is like communication. You have to
All right.
communicate in whatever project you're working on. You're working with others, so you have to show, like you have to communicate with others, whether on the progress of the project you're working on, or just your wins, or not even your failures, which become, by the way, lesson learned.
Yes.
That's really 3 tips I think we could really advise to job seekers to demonstrate to the employers that they are really collaborative.
Okay, so
Yes.
to be a good listener, anyway,
Yes.
the wise are always listening more than they're talking.
Exactly,
Okay.
yes.
And then being positive
Exactly,
at all times.
yes.
And then communication.
Communication, yes.
All right, so
Yeah.
that's where you'll be able to collaborate. You'll
Yeah,
be a team
that
player.
would be really very easy for you to work with others and to work in a team, no matter what, even though it's very hard or difficult colleagues.
Yes.
If you stay positive, you really listen to them, or
Yes.
if you communicate in a, of course, effective way, it's gonna work for you,
All right.
Yes.
So next week we're going to be talking about being professional.
which is really important.
Extremely. This one was a
Exactly.
bit shorter, but I guess it was straight to the point. Working in a
Yes.
team.
Exactly.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes.
All right.
Okay.
You're now up to date with today's business headlines. Sports news coming in just a minute with Moses Birikunzira.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine in Rwanda. Time now for your sports news. I am Moses Bilikunzira. Starting on the follow-up on CHAN 2016, DRC Congo trashed Ethiopia in Group B opener. DR Congo got off to a good start in African Nation Championship CHAN after a well-deserved 3-0 victory over Ethiopia in Group B opening match on Sunday afternoon at the Huye Stadium. Goals from Guy Risadisu, Herithie Ruvumbu, and Mashak area were enough to earn the Leopards 3 points. Meanwhile, in the second game of the day in this group, 10-men Cameroon cruised past Angola in a hard-fought 1-0 victory thanks to 23rd minute free kick by midfielder Yazid Atuba. Both teams will return to field on Thursday with DR Congo taking on Angola, while Ethiopia will be up against Cameroon. Now in European football, Manchester United still in the Premier League title race according to manager Luis van Gaal. And in La Liga, both Real Madrid and Barcelona won their games on Sunday. The Red Devils won 1-0 to Liverpool on Sunday to move back into 5th place, 7 points, adrift of leaders Arsenal and second placed Leicester City. Manager Van Gaal said that we have a lot of matches still to go. We have to continue, which is not easy, but we can do it because we show every week that we can do it. In other matches, Arsenal drew 0-0 with Stoke City. In La Liga, Luis Suarez scored hat-trick in 6-0 win. And Messi, Neymar, as well as Rakitic scored another 3 goals as Barcelona kept up their title push by trashing 10-man Atletico Bilbao. Zinedine Zidane's Real Madrid put aside worries over a transfer ban by beating Sporting Dijon 5-0. But Gareth Bale and Karim Benzema picked up injuries. Finally, in the Premier League record breakers, Wayne Rooney broke Thierry Henry's record of 175 Premier League goals for one team with a winner against Liverpool on Sunday. The decisive goal took Rooney ahead of Thierry Henry's record of 175 Premier League goals for a single club. Rooney has been under intense scrutiny following United's poor start to the season and a poor goal return which saw the forward net just twice for his club between August and December. But the 2016 has been a fresh start for the experienced forward, however, scoring 5 times in United's 4 January fixtures and adding to his career total of 242 career goals for Manchester United club. And the African Nation Championship CHAN 2016 is ongoing. Next was the Group B, comprised by DR Congo, Cameroon, Ethiopia, and Angola, playing at Huye Stadium. DR Congo trashed Ethiopia and 10-men Cameroon and a hard-fought narrow victory over Angola. Let's take a look at how the ambience was in Huye. Flora Ibenge's side opened their goal account on the stroke of halftime when Herithie Ruvumbu curled a magnificent cross from the left wing that was beautifully headed in by Guy Risadisu, giving his side a lead. The 2009 CHAN champion DR Congo mounted pressure on Ethiopia, forcing several back-to-back saves from the goalkeepers. DR Congo began the second half with more aggressiveness before Herithie Ruvumbu found the back of the net in 46 minutes to make it 2-0 off Meshak Elias cross, who went on to also score to make it 3-0 in 58 minutes. Meanwhile, in the second game of the day in Group B, 10-man Cameroon cruised past Angola in a hard-fought 1-0 victory thanks to 23rd minute free kick by midfielder Yazid Atuba. Both teams will return to the field on Thursday with DR Congo taking on Angola while Ethiopia will be against Cameroon. Moses Bilikunzira, Rise and Shine Rwanda.
The man of the match. Cameroon Yazid Atuba Emane.
So sont les Europards. You can call them whatever names you want, but we know DR Congo are always the people that when they're playing down on the ground, I'm pretty sure Huye was on fire.
Yes.
We saw people like Herithie Ruvumbu bring in the first goal, if I'm not mistaken.
He actually closed for Guy Risadisu to score a header.
And that was a very good header, I would
Absolutely.
say. That was a very good header. And for most of all, so for some people, they have already started looking at the Congolese style of, shaving and the teinture in the hair. So it's a lot of drama from the Congolese. But give us, on this day, what was your whole general overview?
Yeah, basically it's a group B, and it's a group that many people expect more dramas because there are a lot of goals in the legs of DR Congo players, especially Heritier Ruvumbu, Guy Risadisu, and Eria, because those are the three strikers. Especially Heritier Ruvumbu, he's a very good technical and gifted short, tough and compacted young person. He's quick in his feet. He's very good in his dribbling, and he's quick in intrication because he can pass a ball, he can deliver a cross, and he can score. That is some of his qualities. Now go to Guy Risadisu. He's a physical presence. He's quick and he can score headers. So he's actually one of the strikers that can dictate the box, and he can be difficult to mark, especially for defenders.
Yes.
And now going to Eria, his well taken third goal. Second goal actually, because Ruvumbu is the one who scored the third goal. Coming from the wing and entering into the box and score a well taken touch in the box. I mean, these three guys combined for all the three goals. And the forward line of DR Congo is very strong, and they have their two holding midfielders who are actually compact. It's hard to penetrate, and they can play football. That's the best thing of them.
Now, Moses, one thing I have to say, I think yesterday was a historical day for the Rouye fans, because I think the first match between DRC Congo and Ethiopia was the first match to be played on Rouye Stadium.
Yeah.
I think that will go down in history.
Yes.
So, but also bringing it to the second match, of course, these are very tough teams, Cameroon and Angola. These are historically, in terms of their football, very, very tough teams. But how did you see their game? And do you think they're a threat in this group that... And I want you to also bring it down. Do you think maybe DR Congo might be topping this group, or Cameroon or Angola? People are saying it's between those three teams.
Basically, DR Congo is the strongest among all the three teams, because as I was saying, DRC Congo can play football. That's the best. They can play, they can score, they can defend, and they can attack. They can hold the ball in the midfield, and their strikers are deadly. They are very hard to mark because they use winger. Their midfielders can score, their strikers can score. But different from Cameroon, they are very physical. They can play a physical game. You need to be up to that physical game. But again, when you look at the strikers is not really a menace, as I can say, because they use midfield. They are very compact in midfield, but the strikers are not very much to take granted on. But when you look at Angola, again, they play good football, but again, they are lacking that that experience, that individual performers who can really take the team up to the top. That's why I'm topping DR Congo to top the group, but don't forget that DR Congo can go all the way up to far as they possibly can. All
right, I can't wait to see that. I would bet on that if DR Congo...
And I would not want to meet Congo before we reach to the semi-finals.
Of course. I mean, if we had Congo at the finals, then that would be a
drama.
It's history being made. There you heard it from Moses. As of course, we were telling you the details are coming in. Follow up, and Moses has all the details from the Chan. You're watching Rise and Shine Rwanda. Stay with us. Local and international news are coming up next.
The things that make you look outside the window and sigh. The ones that make your dreamy eyes look up to the sky and smile. Forget the miles between and smile at the sky. Like it held something precious that belonged to you. Like this little secret that makes you hold everything with love. Let your passion guide you. You can be sure you will touch the sky.
Let's take a look now at news making headlines here in Rwanda and around the world.
International Commission for the Fight Against Genocide, CNRG, prefers to see people acquitted by the now defunct International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda returning home where, if indisputably spotless, they will help other Rwandans in nation building other than opting to go to live in other countries. More than 10 acquitted or convicted persons who served their sentences still live in Arusha, Tanzania, where the ICTR was headquartered before it closed shop end last December.
The Ministry of Trade and Industry has signed a 25-year renewable concession agreement with Dubai Port World to develop and operate a logistics platform expected to boost international trade and competition in internal market. The envisaged Kigali logistics platform refers to a defined inland location for the consolidation and distribution of goods that has functions similar to those of a seaport, and which includes customs clearance services.
And in other news, people in Burkina Faso are campaigning for the release of an Australian doctor and his wife kidnapped the same day as the attack on the capital, Ouagadougou. Ken and Jocelyn Elliott, who are in their 80s, have built up medical facilities since the 1970s in the town of Jibo near the Mali border. It is unclear if the abduction is related to Friday's deadly Al-Qaeda in the capital, Ouagadougou.
And in international news, candidates for the Democratic race for the White House have clashed on gun control and healthcare in their liveliest TV debate so far. Hillary Clinton attacked Bernie Sanders' record on gun control and said that his healthcare risked derailing recent legislation. Mr. Sanders accused Mrs. Clinton of being in the pocket of financial institutes responsible for the 2008 crisis.
Well, as I said it, remember when we were still analyzing the stories that are going to make this year, part of what we said was gun control and the American election. So far, as we're speaking, this has been hitting up the waves on all international TVs, and we can't wait to see more that is coming.
Definitely.
But now it's the most beautiful segment we're going to take a look at. We take a look at what's happening in lifestyle and what's hot right now in our daily debate section, Hot Topics with Sherry Uwase. We'll be right back after the break.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine Rwanda. I am Sherry Uwase and I'm here to give you your lifestyle update. One of the major issues facing society today is unhealthy eating, actually unhealthy foods. We, myself included, are very much into sweet foods or rather delicious tasting food. But I pose this question to myself and to you all. How often do we think about the food we consume? By thinking, I mean, do we consider the amount of saturated fat, sugar, sodium, how much water we take, fruits and vegetables? How often do we eat our own cooked food and not go out and eat all these fatty foods and what have you? Even the Bible actually addresses healthy eating at some point. I don't have the verses. I'll leave that to you to research. But before I open the discussion on this couch, here is something on how to develop healthy living habits. Check it out.
How to develop healthy eating habits. Good health is just a matter of taking a new approach to eating and making simple changes. You will need cooking facilities, a shopping list, healthy foods, breakfast, healthy snacks, and water. Optional, books and internet access. Step 1. Cook and prepare your own meals as often as you can. This will help you avoid eating processed and fast foods, which are higher in sodium and fat. Healthy, low-fat recipes and guidance are available in bookstores and on the internet. Step 2. Plan healthy meals and make a shopping list. Fill your cart with lots of fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grain foods, and lean meats. Step 3. Read nutrition labels. Pay attention to saturated fat, sodium, and sugar. The higher the numbers, the unhealthier they are. Step 4. Eat breakfast every day. Breakfast helps to rev up your metabolism. Make it a habit to eat something within the first hour after you wake up. Step 5. Try to eat small meals every 3 to 4 hours. Aim for 3 small balanced meals and 2 snacks. Step 6. Drink plenty of water every day. Water hydrates the body and aids the digestive system, and it's calorie-free. Step 7. Feel the difference in your body. More energy and stamina, as well as sharper thinking as you feed your body healthy foods. Did you know a study found that more than 16% of U.S. children and teens are obese?
Now, I want to ask you guys, how many of you don't skip breakfast? You take breakfast every day. You make sure you take breakfast.
Yeah.
Definitely. All the
Of
time.
course, me,
All the time? Okay, and I hope that's going to be for everybody else. Myself, I can't really say the same thing. If I'm not late, if I'm not running late, I'll have time to take my breakfast, which means I should be waking up a little bit earlier. But let's just say that there's some things that we don't really consider, like things like having breakfast early. Actually, you have to have breakfast 1 hour after you've woken up, within an hour after you've woken up. Water, things to do with water, vegetables, how often do we have vegetables, and fruits, you know, and all these other kind of things. So most times we don't really think about what we're eating.
No.
We don't know how much, if the food is balanced,
Yeah.
and we'll end up actually being malnutritious without even knowing it. Yes, Yvette.
This is why I like smartphones. There's this app called the Healthy, is it Healthy Tips or Healthy Race or something like that? It's green and it has somebody running. So what happens is you actually state the food you've eaten, and then it shows you the calories. And then it shows you that every day, so every day, everybody here on a daily is supposed to eat at least 2,500 calories.
Right.
Yes. Of course, if you want to lose weight, then you should eat around 1,800, 1,500, depending on your body type. Yes. So that's why one thing I like about smartphones. So I'm able to know exactly how many calories it is. It's a bit hectic because...
Do you have it? Do you have the
yes.
app? Have you been using it?
Yes. But there are times I
too
forget.
sure about
Because,
it, yes.
for example, when I write things like sweet potatoes, I can't find them. You know, they're asking you now, are you talking about the sweet potatoes from Costco or from what? And you know, it's American
It's very
based.
detailed.
No, it's American based, so they, you know, you can't tell things like esombe. They'll be like,
Yeah.
cannot be found. So you don't know how many calories you're eating.
Not in the records.
if you're eating
Yeah.
esombe like on that day. So that's the downfall of this app. But in general, I've always known that if you eat a heavy breakfast, then that means including of some fiber, some fruits, juice, a lot of water, 2 liters per day, and then you have some tea and stuff like that, then that is good for you. And then you're supposed to have 6 small meals every day. So there's breakfast, there's a snack, there's lunch, there's a snack, there's dinner, and there's another snack.
Oh,
so very
really?
small. I know that's a lot of food, but this if it's in smaller quantities, then you'll be much healthier.
Yeah, because even you're not supposed to really eat a lot of food all the time when you're
and
having
also at
breakfast.
night you're supposed to eat things that digest quickly, so vegetables and stuff. So if you eat fatty foods like fries and anything with a lot of saturated fat at night, then it's harder to digest because you're not active. But if you eat that during lunchtime and you're active throughout the day, then of course it's so much better.
Well, I don't know, ma'am. I think I should start looking at using her app because honestly speaking, I think I'm very bad at healthy eating because what I know is that I had my breakfast, and when I'm hungry I have a heavy lunch that should take me till dinner, and I think that's what happens in most
with
places.
most people,
with
not
most
just
people
you.
around
Yeah.
here. So I just make sure that I have that solid hard food that will take me till dinner, and then I have my dinner, which is also very heavy. I have to make
Take
sure
you till breakfast.
that should take me throughout the night. So we have at least 3 meals a day. And sometimes, because of, too much work here, sometimes you find yourself not even eating lunch, or sometimes having a snack, and then it's just you don't care about your body. So I think also it's very important because we tend not to think about a lot about how we're eating, but this really affects our lives in the long term because, again, healthy eating, I think, determines the way your body, goes in and grows and everything. So honestly speaking, and some people need to be, you need to define for people what a calorie is. When you talk about them, you said 1,800. What are those? Should be like kilograms of food. You need to define again because these are very sensitive issues.
Yes, yes.
Honestly speaking, and for Africa,
we should have a segment just for healthy eating.
health.
And as this thing goes in Africa, Africans don't love vegetables. They don't love veggies.
If actually we do love vegetables. We really do. It's what we've just started liking is fast food. These days we really like fast food. That's bourgettes
exactly.
That
and especially now, I was even talking about, for example, if you go out for lunch for a buffet, you find there's still lots of salads, but you won't find the beans and the sweet potatoes there, trust me.
No, actually they'll tell you how much meat you should consume, not because they want you to be healthy, but they're just being economical.
I know, and we should, we don't even like eating salads, and I think we should be having like salads, only salads for dinner. Who can have salads for dinner? I don't know about that.
Ivan, can you have salads for dinner? Moses, can you have salads?
Seriously.
Nightmare.
No,
Yes, Moses.
basically for me, it's a hard fight. It should be a campaign. I need to invest much time, much thinking to accommodate this because it has been hard for me to really adjust the healthy eating. And but Yvette has given me a clue on how to start calculating it. And I believe the way we eat is tough.
Right.
For me, in particular, it's tough. When I'm hungry, I eat. It doesn't matter what time.
Clearly.
But one of the misconceptions is thinking that just because Ivan over here is thin does not mean that he's healthy.
I'm not thin, I'm healthy.
You see, that's the thing. That doesn't mean he's healthy. And just looking at Moses, that's not very healthy. But does not mean just because you're a bit bigger, you're very unhealthy. No. Because Ivan could be consuming fries for the last 3 months, and that is not very good for his body, and that would actually cause a lot of problems in his heart and other organs. So that's a misconception.
I think Yvette should be a nutritionist.
I should enter
I think
that
you should
field.
change your career. We have enjoyed having you here.
You mentioned that the Bible even talks about it. I think also pastors should be translating the message.
Right.
It's because we have a lot of people, for example, that attend church. We have at least 90% of this country that goes to church. So I think it's very important that pastors need to bring down also the eating habits. Feed your children with a very good meal. Learn how to.
Because this is the temple of Christ.
And people even, because let me tell you the truth, the only thing that I've seen that actually builds up a nation so easily is the church. And people quickly understand when the messages goes through their pastors, their shepherds. So I think if pastors also went out and learned some, nutritious kind of education stuff.
And encouraged exercise.
Yes,
and
actually they can just dig more into it, just like they dig more into
related to the Bible.
Yeah, topics, and they relate it biblically, and then it can be something that we can look at.
Exactly.
And then one thing that I wanted to add about healthy living is that healthy eating rather is that it's just a discipline. You just have to start today. It can be tough, and one thing that people don't really have to work on, you cannot eat rice every day from Monday to Monday. From the first for 6 months you're eating rice, and then you just you can eat
you have
a lot
to
of starch.
change it up. Even
You
if
have
it's
to-
just rice, add some potatoes, add sweet potatoes, have matoke. I mean, we have a variety. Chiminongo Market has everything. Just in case.
Are you advertising?
Advertising.
She's advertising for them. But yes, and one more thing.
Simply stating.
They should go visit Mama Mboga.
Okay, you know them specifically, but
Yeah, and one more thing for you, Yvette, Isombe is cassava leaves.
cassava leaves.
Yes.
Yes. Even if you do add that one on the
your app,
it will not.
You can find that
Where
on
to
Congo.
find them? They don't have them at Costco. They don't have them
Yeah.
at St. Bury or something like that. It's hectic. We should have one app for Africa.
Right.
Yeah.
With
And,
fufu and everything.
Yes.
Jollof
actually,
rice.
jollof rice and all these other African foods we need to embrace. But anyway, let's leave it up to you to decide to eat healthy. So from now on, make an effort to be healthy, as I will also do the same. So do not go away. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back, and it's that Hot Topics time again. As always, the Rise and Shine Rwanda team, we are up and about gathering everything that you need to know about what's happening here and the debates that you have on social media. We've got it all for you right here, right now. Now, President Obama invited Kendrick Lamar, who is a rapper, to the White House, and the two had a powerful conversation. Among the many things that they discussed, Kendrick said, and I quote, "I sat down with President Barack Obama and shared the same views, topics concerning the inner cities, the problem, the solutions, and furthermore embracing the youth." Now, one thing that I love about President Barack Obama is he is so in touch with his social life.
He really is.
Yes.
He really is in touch with his social life. Now, imagine
Same goes for his wife as well.
his wife, right? So this is just a power couple. I think they've raised the bar. The other day I was having a conversation with Ivan out of the studio, and we're like, he has raised the bar so high.
He's so much
Yes.
fun.
And the next
so
president, if you're boring, Americans are
I
just
think
going
he's
to
the
be like,
coolest
ah.
it's the coolest first family we've ever had in
Yes.
the United
Definitely.
Not in just the United States, I think even
Worldwide.
Maybe that's also because we don't really know enough about other presidents, but I think he's really in touch with his social life. And Kendrick Lamar happens to be his favorite rapper. So he invited him. Who
imagine?
does that? Yes, Yvette.
Imagine. I really, really liked it because Kendrick Lamar is not one of those rappers that you'd be like, oh, you know what, it's just because he's black that the president is inviting him. He's really good at his craft.
Right, yeah.
He's a good rapper. He sends out good messages. I mean, he talks about things he's gone through in, what's that city in California? Not city
LA?
in California, that town in California.
I would know, but I haven't been
Yes, Compton. I think, he's from Compton, that town and area in California. So, you know, he talks about his struggles and growing up in such a, you know, it's a gang affiliated town. So, you know, so people can relate to that. And even somebody who's like me, who's in Rwanda and definitely does not understand things like gangs and the Bloods and the Crips and stuff like that, I still like the fact that he's trying so hard to bring about, you know, people bring about people with education and, you know, just doing his very best to upright and empower youth.
Right.
You know? And then on top of that, he's invited by the President of the United States of America. I mean,
To the White House.
it's like getting 2 Grammys at the same time.
Right, yeah.
It is truly, truly good. And also, you know, Obama is also, he's so fun. He's released a few videos of him just, you know, dancing or rapping or doing fun things. So it's good. You know, his social life seems a lot of fun.
Right.
Well, honestly speaking, I think it's not such a big surprise because honestly speaking, with Obama, I think he has, as we earlier said, leave alone with the bar even, I think he has, set the ground just to be president. I think you kind of have to sometimes pull it down, bring it closer to the people. You've seen Obama go down the streets of DC to buy a burger,
Or ice cream.
Yeah, or ice cream. And it's been just cool. The 2 times have been, I think, one of the best first family times I've ever seen on TV.
Right.
Because recently when I saw Michelle Obama dancing to Uptown Funk, I was like, no way.
And she's so good.
She's so good. So I think with Kendrick, I think he has done a very good job. He's in the newest version of new hip hop rising stars, and from nowhere comes this guy from Compton, and then he rises up to the bars, and then he's the favorite rapper from Obama. I mean, he has a message out there, and the mere fact that they even met and talked about the inner city problems like gang and education and I've seen his songs from last year we had a lot on Black Lives Matter. We've seen the song, we've seen the album. He's doing so great. He's having some of the biggest nominations in the Grammys. He's been having a successful year and meeting up with the president. I think that was the coolest thing to him. And I mean, he's been meeting up all these influential people. He recently met up with Quincy Jones, one of the biggest recorders in the history.
Producers, yes.
I mean, producers in the history. So I mean, talking about everything from mentorship to, he's so much into mentorship. Kendrick is so much into mentorship that that's why he's going on to mentor different kids on the streets, different people, because hip hop has the message.
Right.
To me, it's not a surprise because Obama himself, he kind of grew up in that kind of life. From the street in Chicago, from Hawaii to Chicago to Indonesia. So he experienced what it means to struggle, what it means to lack education, what it means to lack a mentorship, what it means to overcome adversity. He believes in someone bringing hope to people, bringing smiles to people. And Kendrick Lamar is a kind of a versionalized hip-hop singer who can really bring that message to people, to young people, to youth. And His Excellency, the President of United States, Mr. Barack Obama, sending that message through Kendrick Lamar can reach people as quick as possible because he is the president. He can go out and speak and tell people, and he can do that. He does that in numerous times. But again, using music, you reach a lot of people at once. That's how powerful the hip hop is worldwide. And it is a very successful year for Kendrick Lamar, as Ivan just mentioned. And again, it's not the end, just the beginning. And this is time for him to go out and keep up and keep doing the hard job that he's doing.
Sure, maybe you should also go do some research and try to know who President Paul Kagame's favorite singer is.
Right? Yes, you
genre
should.
Of music,
you should actually just knowing a little more about his social life.
Yeah.
What kind of music he listens to, where he likes hanging out, what he likes doing.
In love with hip hop.
Yeah, maybe we would never know. We
Hip
can
hop
just
only.
find out. Yeah.
But I think he likes also Yvonne Chaka Chaka.
Actually, he once said that he likes Yvonne Chaka Chaka. I saw it in an interview.
Yes,
yes,
really?
that has just come.
Kudos to
I saw it
Yvonne
on-
then.
Because
That's a great job.
for His Excellency, the President of Rwanda, I believe he would love someone who understands Africa at the core. Someone who
Yvonne Chaka
understands.
Chaka.
And that's why,
The days of Mamela.
at the core, and someone who relates, who brings back the Africa united, the patriotism, the hardworking, the trustworthy, and accountability. Someone who can bring a message of which I count on you and you count on me, and we stand for ourselves and we bring out, we pull out what we are able to do and show the world that
African
we can achieve
unity.
it. They are
African
African
unity, yes,
united.
but
That's
That
the thing.
reminds me that my father likes Lucky Dube.
Oh.
Sad story. But when he listens to Lucky Dube, trust me, you won't remember that he's 56. I'm telling you.
All right, this is very interesting, but unfortunately, that is all the time we had for Hot Topics. Do not go away. We'll be right back after the break.
Don't forget, we love to hear your thoughts, comments, and feedback on what we're talking about here on Rise and Shine Rwanda. Tweet us at Rise and Shine RW. Like us on Facebook and send us your ideas for programs. Check out our Rise and Shine Rwanda YouTube page where you can catch all the shows and reports we do. find us on Instagram, Rise and Shine RW. We'd love to see your pictures. Or check out our Rise and Shine Rwanda website, www.riseandshinerwanda.com. Well, that is all the time we have for you today. We love to hear your feedback, and do let us know if you have any ideas for programs. You have been watching Rise and Shine Rwanda with me, Yvette Shumbusho.
And me, Ivan Magwene. We'll be at same time, same place tomorrow. Do join us then. But for now, from both of us and the rest of this wonderful team, have a very good day. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.